Hello, bienvenidos a un nuevo especial de película. Yo soy Riva y en esta ocasión tengo la oportunidad de conversar con los protagonistas y la directora de Gabriel's Inferno, disponible en Passionflix, a propósito del estreno de la tercera parte de esta historia de amor y pasión desenfrenada entre el misterioso Gabriel y su estudiante Giulia, interpretados por Giulio Berruti y Melanie Zanetti. También conversó con Tosca, Musk, directora, fundadora y CEO de Passionflix, sobre todo detrás de esta película. Así que los invito a no perderse estas entrevistas de película. Giulio, Melanie, welcome to the película. How are you?
Well, thank you.
We're good. Thank you.
That's great. I have so many questions to ask about this beautiful adaptation, Gabriel's Inferno. So first, I'm going to start with Giulio. When you read a book, your imagination goes above and beyond. Giulio, how was the process to bring to life a character that was so well established in the mind of millions of readers?
It was very scary, very challenging. I first of all read the screenplay, and second I started to read the novel. Most of the time, novels and screenplay are very different. This time was because of Tosca. She's laser focused. They were very similar, and that was somehow a good point, a good way to start. Of course, it was very challenging, but at the same time, you know, Tosca, first of all, she's a reader. She's a fan and reader of the series and of the book, and I have to say that I felt very safe because she knew exactly what she wanted. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you have, you know, a white piece of paper and you have to write your own opinion about it. But this time was the opposite.
Melanie, Giulia looks like a really fragile woman when the movie starts, but then she keeps on growing and evolving. How do you think this woman's journey and evolution can help every woman out there who's watching her?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think there's such wonderful, I think it's less growth and more revelation of character. She's a survivor. She's really strong. And as we see her come out of her shell, we see the reality that this, you know, woman who looks quite meek is actually this sort of powerhouse of intelligence and strength and kindness. And one thing that I love about Giulia is strength and kindness are not mutually exclusive. They're in the same person. And I feel like we're seeing that in some of our female world leaders. Someone like Jacinta Ardern is such an excellent example of someone who is able to marry kindness and strength in her leadership. And I think the more we see women in literature and on the world stage showing that these don't have to be separate, the more we're going to have women being able to stand in the power of kindness and strength together.
My hopes and expectations when making Gabriel's Inferno is that I was able to tell a story about two people connecting, communicating, and compromising in relationships. The two of them are, you know, they fall in love from the second that they meet, and then they separate for many, many years, and then they come back together. And I think this is a story of love, loss, and forgiveness, hope, redemption. These are all the elements of Gabriel's Inferno that I strived to put into the movie because I think that they are also important, especially in our society now. We need to show those emotions.
Passionflix is a platform that places a high value on women in the entertainment industry. How do you feel about being part of this important movement and working with a person such talented like Tosca? How was that?
Well, Passionflix is, so much of it is Tosca. It's her vision, it's her dream, it's her passion really, and love for romance novels. So for me, the part that really attracted me to it was Tosca as a person, and I think it's really a testament to her strength and love and passion and creativity. So to be part of that is wonderful.
It was a joy to work with Giulio and Melanie. They are perfectionists who have a high regard and respect for the books, and they work diligently to portray these characters accurately. So it made my job a little easier, actually. I was, my goal is to always show these characters in the most respectful way possible. And the fact is that these actors felt exactly the same, and they love the characters, and so it was easy to direct them.
Gabriel, this is dangerous.